Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Gets fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
I got to find some kind of offense.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I think you got to hold that button the whole time. I'm guessing. And don't let it go.
Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On third down, Wilson. Now he'll escape to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
My
Manning
girlfriend.
and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now Manning on the bootleg.
Good pass.
Open man right side is Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Throwing now is Manning. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down.
Gotta play smart from now on. I've been playing dumb a little bit. It took me out my element, making me pass, and it's starting to work.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And
I'm not all Wildcats,
and 10.
but I can be. But
ready to march out of the field. The crowd maybe
I ain't gonna lie to you,
a little bit of the edge.
It's a challenge.
They want some big plays.
It is a challenge.
They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there.
We try to go with what makes sense as far as my offense. Everybody knows my offense is horrible. My defense, I'm just reevaluating myself.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard.
Just got sacked. 11 yards. What is a play? Probably won't think he'll do. Another draw.
Give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
On second down, Wilson.
Why is he sitting there? Oh man.
Losing yardage.
Bugs.
Back at the 36.
Some things don't work, man. I don't know.
And it's third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
They say I need to get better at passing, so I'm going to just practice that. I have made me a franchise with the quarterback, so that's why I'll be practicing that. Learning how to pass.
At the 41. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first
this is
down.
when basically I'm reevaluating myself, trying to learn how to pass. I'm starting back over. But the Wildcat is still a good play. You just got to run it right in 19.
Let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Oh, run him over.
He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
We could get the field goal. We ain't trying to run the score. As long as we get some type of points and we run the clock out. Madden is the last man to score. If you could control that scoreboard, I mean that time clock, you must have got the game. Oh, this guy talking so much trash. I could probably still run it to that side. He biting hard.
Down to about the 22 here.
He's biting hard on
A
that.
sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Oh, he fell.
2 yards on the pickup there.
Get the field goal.
But this was just simply excellent defense.
That swing, see, they don't have the
But that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this will remain a scoreless game.
You gotta set it on all pro. Oh man, it does that. You see how it had no arrow? I can't kick like that. How can you kick to something you cannot see? That don't make sense. Now all that hard work I did, now I gotta play defense.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Manning the throw on 2nd down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this
I want to try something new with my defense. I don't want to look at my defense. I want to look at their offense. What is they doing if I was there? The quarterback.
Pick up a 1st down.
Now Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around
So that's
the
what
42.
we're going to do. Switch it up on
One thing to
defense.
keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They get big plays like that.
And he's taken down.
There's some people walking on the field.
Into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup.
It's more of a
there,
passing Madden.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play.
That's the starting linebacker right there, and he's sitting at the 1st yard. There's too many glitches in here, man.
Partner,
He's sitting right there and not doing anything.
After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Looking left side, he's got him in. That's Shepard. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless 1st half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Play action. It's Wilson. Out to his left. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Play action. Now Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play. But when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
He's to the 10, and finally taken down at the 4-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That's a big league run. Takes them down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I will go check out a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up.
And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They get it to him running left. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out come the Giants. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. A handoff to Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. And they're going to try for the 4th down conversion. Manning and the offense staying put. They'll go for it. It's Manning. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam.
They get it to him running left. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said does. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal.
Tyler Lockett, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 105 yards. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys field it that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. Here's a give to Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Roger Lewis, 77 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
He'll buy some time right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kareem Martin coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On second down, here's Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He hits Baldwin right side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now Wilson on second down. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. Now it's Wilson. On the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now it's Wilson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 6 there. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Out to kick is Janikowski.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Barkley. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Manning to throw on second down. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Giants on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Now Manning. And that's complete to Lewis. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Manning now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jaron Reed in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He's back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Back to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams.